So you've started a new Shopify site, you've got a new print-on-demand situation going on, you've got a new Etsy shop, got stuff happening all over the place, and nothing is selling. Now I could be wrong, but I gather there's one very important reason why that's happening. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? My name is Dave Conreen. I'm an artist designer based in Southern California, and today I'm going to talk about the situation that got me from a point of where I was not selling anything to the point of where I was selling all the time. Listen, I'm not one of these people that's gonna say, I made $10,000 a month and you can too. Not that guy. This is not that situation. What I can tell you without a doubt is the one thing that I learned about myself, one thing that I know is also true for other people. When I figured out what that was the thing that changed my whole business. That was the thing that made me go from making $0 in November and December to making $1,500 to $2,000 a month on my art. That's the gross profit, not the net profit. There's a whole other conversation regarding that. Relax, this is not a get-rich-quick idea, but it is a get-rich-eventually idea if you do what I'm trying to do. And I don't know what eventually means either. It could mean 90 years down the road. If I live 90 years more, wow, then that's a whole other ball of wax that I should be making money on. It could be another 40 years down the road before I actually see this, but I know that I'm on the right path now. And we're gonna talk about that. But not before I say, hey, do me a favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell so you never miss a thing, and then share this with your homies because you know you love what I do, what I provide, what I give, what I share, what I do to entertain you. Don't you? Can you help a brother out? What I'm calling this little segment is the process is the art. If any of you are fans of Gary Vaynerchuk, you may have seen a video where he was talking to a young man in his office, and in that time he was sharing with this guy, listen, you don't know a lot about things. You haven't experienced a lot about things. So you can't create a bunch of content based on your knowledge base because your knowledge base is this big. But you're on the journey to create the knowledge base that's this big. Hands wide. Document that moment. Share that timeline. Share all of this journey between this amount of knowledge and this amount of knowledge. Why should you take all that time and energy to share the burdensome story of the things that you're dealing with, like I share with you guys here? Why should I take all this time to do that? It creates a tremendous amount of context for your viewers or your listeners or your readers or wherever it is you're sharing your story. Creates the context for them to fully understand who you are. This is an essential point. Secondly, it also creates this level of empathy and commiseration. Empathy, because if you have these down moments, people are gonna be like, oh man, I'm sorry that you're dealing with this, but you got this. Please tell me you got this, because if you don't got this, then I don't got this, and please tell me you got this. There's a little bit of that. There's also the commiseration from the people who have been down that road, who have seen that journey, and they're like, right, man, that's exactly where I was, that's exactly where I'm at now. We're in this together. Now let's take your work, whatever that might be. Maybe it's your art, maybe it's your design, maybe it's your illustration, whatever it is that you're doing. Let's take the projects that you're currently working on. There is a strong possibility that most people don't care enough about your art to buy anything. 99.9% of the people that I've ever run across have not bought anything from me, especially my higher end pieces. There's not a whole lot of people clamoring to pay $5,000 for that thing. Yes, that's how much it costs. Yes, you will be able to buy it soon if you happen to be one of those people. They may like your stuff. They may be drawn to your stuff, but not enough to actually buy from you. So why wouldn't somebody buy that piece from me? First off, I don't have the clout. I don't have the provenance. I don't have any professional record saying that I can sell this type of work for that price point. And there's some people that just will not buy unless I can prove that I've sold this kind of work to other people at that same price point. Have I sold at lower price points? Yes, 100%. This is kind of a new venture for me to go out that far. So it's gonna be a while before anybody trusts me well enough to actually buy that, because spending that kind of money, they either have to really, really, really love it, or they have to just trust that it's going to be worth something more someday. It will be worth something more someday, but those people may not be able to have the vision for that. I believe it, they may not believe it. Also, another reason why they may not be interested in buying my work is because I haven't made the connection to them. They may see me at a show, they may see my work on Instagram, but they aren't connected to me. They aren't attached to me for anything except for the visual stimuli. And that is not enough to get them interested enough to pay that much money. I mean, let's be real. I can't even get people to buy sometimes a $25 poster print because I haven't connected to them. But when I connect to people on a more personal, intimate level, they want to buy stuff from me. They just do. I've seen it over and over and over again this year. people that I've connected to more on a personal level are more inclined to buy my stuff. Maybe it was the art stuff, maybe it was the design-oriented stuff. It doesn't really matter. What matters is, at a certain point, I connected with them somehow through the internet. My brainwaves connected to their brainwaves, or my heart connected to their heart in a certain way that got them interested in me enough to say, I like this guy, and I like him so much, I'm going to buy something from him because I want a piece of what he is about. It's not about an absolute dire need to have a particular painting. It's not about an absolute need to have a certain mug or a certain t-shirt. It's about the connection between me and that other individual and them saying, God, Dave, I like you so much. I just gotta have something. So why do people like me? Insert stupid acronym here. TIE. T-I-E. Teach, inform, entertain. I try to either teach somebody something, inform them about something that I'm sharing or doing or whatever, or entertain them to a point where they're like, ah, this guy's great, I love him. At least that's what I try to do. I'm not always successful. If I was more successful, I'd probably sell more stuff. And how I figured this out was I figured out who I was and what it was that I was good at sharing. What I'm good at sharing is the creative instinct. Sharing my creative instinct with others and encouraging that creative instinct in them. Getting them off of their butts and into the work, because I think that is an important factor. Even if they're not an artist, just getting them to think more creatively is something that people appreciate, and then they come to me for the work because they want some of that. Now that's my thing. You have to go find your thing. And your thing needs to connect to other people who want that thing. And then you teach them, you inform them, and you entertain them. At the end of the day, it really comes down to sharing is caring. The more you share, the more people are gonna care. And if people care, they will buy. Do good things for a broad range of people, maybe within a certain segment or niche, just saying. And a small percentage of those people are going to be your loyal followers to buy all the things, or at least some of the things that you provide. Purple drink. Now there may be a whole other video about how to make that connection with your people. Okay, so this is a tiny little sidebar to what I was originally going to tell you, okay? Originally, I had this big idea of something I was going to share with you. The plan was that in August, starting on August 1st, I was going to do a video a day. And not these long 15-minute diatribes. It was going to be more like 5 minutes for every video. I was going to see if maybe that would help me, number one, be a little bit more productive when it comes to making the videos and getting them out. Number two, it was going to help me maybe be more conscious about recording when I make designs, like on the computer or whatnot, because I've said I was going to do that and I haven't done it, and I thought maybe if I forced myself into doing videos every day, I would have to record something so that I could share it with you. And those videos, they were going to range from everything like these kind of videos, they were going to be tutorial videos, or at least time-lapse videos. I was going to do all kinds of stuff in the realm of all the things that I already do, just more frequently. However, I just started looking at my YouTube analytics for the last month, and something interesting happened that has kind of got me a little bit on my heels. Despite the fact that I have been doing 2 videos a week as opposed to 1 video a week in the past, my views are going down. Now, it's not a dramatic amount of decrease, but it has decreased since I started doing 2 videos a week. Just to test, in August, I am going to do 1 video per week, and it's going to be dedicated to the types of things that we've been talking about. Expect that to be the change. And then I'm gonna take a really close look at it and see where I stand. Because maybe the decline has more to do with the fact that I had 1 video or a couple of videos go really big and then all of a sudden not. Or it could be that you guys just aren't watching as much because I'm putting too much content out. And if that's the case, then well, maybe once a week is really what I need to do. And if once a week is the thing, then I need to be really super focused on what exactly it is I'm talking about, because I don't want to be jumping from one topic to the next to the next. Fry your brain, you guys not being able to figure out what the heck I'm going to talk about from one week to the next. I don't know. So these are the things that I'm thinking of. These are the things that I'm pontificating on. These are the things that are going through my head. And again, this goes right back to what I was saying earlier, that I'm here to share my journey so that you guys can take a look at it and you can assess it for yourself. You can add to it or subtract from it or take away something or just laugh at me because, Dave, you're messing up all the time. Anyway, folks, that's it. That's all I've got for you, and I hope you enjoyed this thing. If you have any other questions about any of this stuff, in fact, if you have any questions at all, please put them in the comments below, because those questions might end up being content for me. While you're on the way down there, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that bell so you never miss a thing, and then of course share this with all of your homies. Folks, remember, be good today, be better tomorrow. See ya. Bubble Drake!